Okay, so first of all, I'd just like to thank everybody for having us as represented us from the New York GAA here today. I think it's a very special occasion to have the GAA World Games in 2016, following on from last year's great success in Abu Dhabi. I'm always struck by the teams from outside of the traditional Irish diaspora, the Middle East and the Asian Games. You have to work hard for every single player, every single coach that you get. Whereas in New York, we're very fortunate that we have a long history of Irish immigration, and that's evidenced by, as Lizzie said, we've a youth program started since the 1970s, and we have 6 sets of brothers on our All-American hurling and football teams. And if you're looking to meet any of them, they're the lads who broke the window up in the Merville apartments. So, without further ado, just to give a bit of an overview on the New York GAA. So we have a county board area that's approximately the size of Ulster, ranging from New Haven in Connecticut all the way down to Long Island, Rockville Centre, Long Island and New Jersey. We've currently 40 adult football teams, ladies football and camogie starting this year. Every year we'd send approximately 3 to 5 teams home. This year we've sent 11 between the 6 here this week, 3 Fela teams and a New York Colleges team back in February. So it's a big commitment. We've 1,600 youth players playing age 4 to 21, 15 minor world clubs and 4 Gaelic for Girls clubs. So just to give a bit of an idea on our coach education programme, we basically have a 3-strand strategy to how we develop our coaches. The first one is we provide a regular programme of coach education seminars, ranging from the Connacht Council, our twinning partner, will come out twice a year. Myself and Emma Conlon are 2 development officers. I'm full-time games development manager. Emma Conlon's a full-time hurling development officer. He just started there recently. Rockland GAA, we're also one of our largest clubs. We're also fortunate enough to be in a position to hire their own full-time staff. So we have 3 full-time staff that work with our juvenile section, and they're able to provide regular mentoring programs to the clubs. And then in addition to the regular coach education seminars, the coach mentoring from the GDOs, we also have easily accessible online resources. So that's our nyyouthga.com has a lot of the foundation slides from the games development conferences. We also have the latest coach education videos from Total GAA Coach, all that kind of stuff. So people can access it on their smartphones. If they're out at a training session, they're stuck for a good hand passing drill, all they have to do is log on to their website, and it's very easily accessible to see the different videos and the different worksheets that they can use. So in terms of, is that successful? One thing that we looked at is that we have so many people do foundation courses. We counted that we've over 400 of them do them since 2010, but we have to really evaluate the effectiveness of them. It's okay going to a course, it's 4 to 6 hours long, but what's the take back from that? And that's really where the mentoring sessions with the GDOs comes in. So it's not just good enough to go to your 6-hour seminar and think you're a coach. You have to get regularly mentored or regular assessment with the GDO. We've had 74 people do the Award 1 in the last 2 or 3 years with the Connacht Council and ourselves. So that's another step. But our challenge all the time, as I think Pat and Egon alluded to earlier, is to keep raising the standard. We have a lot of success at our representative teams between the British universities, the Fela, CYC and the Men's Championship. But the challenge is to keep them. The sustainability is only evidenced by a lot of people here will allude to what happens when emigration stops. And we're going to be at a stage now in the next few years where emigration is going to totally dry up because of the visa difficulties getting to America. So the only chance we have to maintain or sustain our programme is to involve the families, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th generation. And it's very interesting to note the amount of clubs that are starting here in the last 2 or 3 years. But that's where New York GAA was in the 70s. We started 40 years ago with this, and we're only getting to this stage now. So it is a long process, but if you have commitment of your volunteers, then I think it can be very effective. But it just takes a lot of hard work, and unfortunately there's no other easy answer to it. Our future plans, one thing that we have said from this year is that we're going to make it a mandatory requirement that if you want to coach a juvenile team, that you must have undergone the Award 1 youth or adult section with the juvenile teams, because we want to ensure, I think Lloyd alluded to it, that we have a lot of parents that are interested in coaching, but they're not great coaches. They're interested because their kid is that age, but we have to make sure that the people who are coaching our teams are doing it for the right reasons, not just to get their son or daughter onto the team. We're going to repeat what we did in 2014 as a repeat baseline test for all the under 12 players at hurling, camogie and football, to make sure that the coaches are producing players of a similar standard, and to evaluate at the club's needs which clubs are having difficulties producing players with the adequate skills, and so the GDOs can then make their work program based on the needs assessment of the clubs. One thing that we've talked about extensively is the need for a club coaching academy, that we identify key coaches and we try to bring them at a regular program of seminars to the next level. So we're evaluating the coaches, if they're parents or retired former footballers or current footballers that have shown a lot of interest in the youth program, they might not get them guys and fast track them to being an elite development level coach. And one last thing that we've worked on before, and we're bringing it, we've done it this year, and it's a very with a lot of our parents now, we want to call a coach activation program. So a lot of our parents come up and sit in the sideline or to sit in the car to do the shopping, but we want to activate them now as coaches and to get those coaches from the sideline onto the field, but making sure we're getting the right people to be a coach. Anybody can be a coach, you know, but it's getting the right people with the right motivation to be a coach. So I think that coach activation is something that we have worked on hard before, and we're going to keep on pushing it now for the fall season. So that's our presentation. Thank you very much for allowing me to be here today.